Hello, fight fans. Welcome to another episode of More Than a Fight podcast. I'm your host, Jose Alfredo Alcázar, and this is your co-host.
Juan.
And behind the camera we have
John.
And this is episode 64, I believe, dedicated to the world of boxing. And I think that's all we had. I'm not even sure if there was UFC. But there was 4 cards, 3 in the UK and 1 in Indio, California. We're going to kick it off in England, where we had the rematch between Mauricio Lara and Leigh Wood. And this one kind of went a little, I don't think everyone expected to go this way. I did pick Leigh Wood, but
first of all, Lara missed weight.
Yeah, that's right.
And his belt was stripped from him.
So he had no belt. They didn't allow him to make weight. I'm sure mentally he was a little.
That's right. The British Board of Boxing basically said it was too dangerous for him to try to make the weight the day that, because they have to weigh in during fight week, and I guess they felt it would affect his health if he tried to make the weight. But I would argue that a professional boxer knows what weight he has to be at on certain points during fight week. So I wonder how much of that was Lara.
Well, yeah.
Maybe they didn't tell him. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it was a weight check on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So they stopped him there. So they knew what he was going to come in at. But it didn't end up mattering because, like I said, he didn't look very good.
He looked slow. He looked flat-footed. I mean, not that he's an amazing, skillful boxer, but he is powerful when he lands. But his legs looked weak. Everything was just off.
But I would also argue that he was basically playing the waiting game and waiting for Leigh Wood to come in or make a mistake or try to engage, and then he was going to land the shot he landed in the first fight. So I also think a lot of it is Lara's fault for not pressing the action once he realized that Leigh Wood was going to fight in a certain fashion. And props to Leigh Wood for sticking to the game plan this time, because there was a couple moments during the fight where he could have engaged like he did the first time. And this time he stayed disciplined. He listened to his corner. And Lara did catch him once or twice where he stunned him, I believe, once or twice. But Leigh Wood kept his hand in the game, didn't get reckless, and we saw what happened.
Yeah.
He outboxed him.
Yes. And that's what I thought he was going to do. But, of course, there's always that possibility, which this time around it did not happen.
That's what happened in the first fight till he got caught. So, I mean, no different from the first fight, except he didn't get caught this time.
Okay, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And then they already have the next fight lined up. The WBA ordered the next challenger, number 1 challenger, Ultabek Kalmatov.
Yes. He sounds like Kazakhstani.
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan, okay.
I like his hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Fighting
All
out of
right,
Florida.
there you go. Oh, that makes sense. 11 fights, 10 knockouts. For some reason, those cats, they got fucking bricks in their hands, man.
They got power.
And he just defeated Thomas Patrick Ward in March. He was on he was on the undercard of the O'Hara Davies versus Lewis Ritson.
Okay, I was gonna say Thomas Patrick Ward. I'm pretty sure we've seen him fight, but yeah.
Yeah, big.
I think I do remember seeing him.
But if I'm Leigh Wood, I don't know if I want to take that fight away.
It's a mandatory. He's taking it.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see if he does.
He's gonna take it.
But sometimes these sanctioning bodies will go, okay, well, if you're gonna fight a champion, which in this case we'll touch on after this one, was the winner between Conlan and Lopez, which is 126. If I'm Leigh Wood, I think I go with the winner of that fight over this dude who I'm pretty sure Leigh Wood might not know too much about, and it looks like he's a knockout artist if he's got 11 fights and 10 knockouts.
Well, that's what Venado is, and Venado's going to catch him.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, we'll touch on that after this one because, yeah, that one was ended in dramatic fashion. And then on this undercard, we also had
Jack Catterall.
Yes, there you go. And Jack Catterall looked great.
Dar Foley.
Mm-hmm.
Catterall looked good.
I mean, Foley did the best he could. You got to give the man props. He stayed in the fight as long as he could, but just Jack Catterall class showed. Catterall's jab was beautiful. Every time Foley would jump in, Catterall's jab would just work and back out. And of course, you saw he had that straight left working as well. Foley did what he could, but I'm sorry, there's levels to this. And Jack Catterall showed why he's one of the best at 140 pounds. Now let's hope he gets the shot at a champion at 140, whether it's Teofimo Lopez, whether it's Josh Taylor or Subriel Matias,
Regis.
the Rougarou. I mean, they're all hard. They're all difficult fights. Ideally, Josh Taylor, but I don't see Taylor sticking around if he beats Teofimo. We'll see. At the end of the day, Jack Catterall deserves a shot at a title next.
No, he did look good, and I think
he looked great. Yeah,
putting a performance in that would put him into the conversation.
Mm.
All right, and then then just a quick mention to Campbell Hatton.
Yes,
with a 4th round TKO of Bullock, and looked pretty good. But flipped him right behind the ears, seems. And
he lost his equilibrium.
Yeah.
But this is like, who are we talking about? Jack the Diva. So Hatton looks good with these guys.
Yeah.
At some point, and I think it's the next fight, Eddie Hearn's got to put him in with somebody. Because so far, we still don't know what Hatton has or doesn't have. He's been fighting, what do you think, C-level fighters?
D.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So he's got to fight somebody in order for us to find out, so what is it you have?
He's not ready.
I don't think he's his father. Maybe I'm being too premature about it, but we got to see him against somebody.
He's only 22.
He's a long way still, man. He's still
he's 22.
But
he's only got
you got to fight
fights.
someone decent to really test yourself.
He's not getting beat yet. He's beatable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's beatable without a doubt.
He has a name. They're going to build him up as much as they can. He's not ready for anyone of name.
No.
But I think at some point the UK fans are going to go, okay.
Oh, of course, eventually.
What is he? Who's he going to
yet.
fight? You know what I mean?
He's on the early prelims still for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
He's not even televised.
And Harper was on this card too, right? Terry Harper?
Yes, Terry Harper.
And she pulled it out as well?
Yeah, you split decision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then where are we going next?
Ireland.
Let's stay in the UK and jump. Well, we're going to be staying in the UK, actually. Belfast. And this is where we got the fight that, well, I thought this one could have been better than Lara Wood, but I was giving Lara Wood the nod because it was a rematch. It turned out this one was more dramatic than anticipated. I don't think anybody, any of us picked KO, did we? Or did you guys? You guys might have.
It was a KO. I did pick Venado, though.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I was a little skeptical just because Conlan's a great boxer, but I didn't think it would end this way.
He's chinny. But no, that punch landed great. And I was telling John as the fight was going, I'm like, that uppercut's going to land again. Because he did knock him down with an uppercut, but he kept throwing it. Throw the left, throw the uppercut.
Mm-hmm.
And he leaned right into it, man.
Yeah, and it was a la Billy Joe versus Canelo. That's what it reminded me of when I saw it. It was almost the exact same way. Right there, look, boom. It's almost the exact same way that Canelo caught Billy Joe. But obviously, thankfully, Conlan didn't have a fracture, but he did get laid out pretty good. I mean, it took a little bit for him to get up. And props to El Venado Lopez, man. He went back to the UK, beat the guy again by knockout. So, man, his stock has just continued to rise. And, I mean, Conlan did what he could, but it's just El Venado, to me, his style reminded me of Navarrete, where the punches they throw come from such odd angles. It's hard for you to gauge what they're going to do or where it's going to come from in the next sequence. You know what I mean?
What do you see next for Lopez here?
Oh, Alfredo was just saying he should fight.
I would want to fight Leigh Wood.
What?
I mean, that or Rey Vargas.
One of the champions. Yeah, I mean, that's ideal, but
or
they still...
No, Shaki's at 130.
I mean, you want all to unify right away. I don't think it's going to happen that way. They all have their mandatories they got to fight.
Yeah, I think Top Rank was calling for... damn it. Now I can't remember.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I don't need to say that.
Oh, no, because Rey Vargas is with Top Rank, isn't he?
Yeah, no, you're thinking about it too much, and I'm going to be confused.
But anyway, I would like to see the champions fight the champions, of course. I would love to see Lopez against Leigh Wood, but I don't know if Eddie Hearn's going to do that. And then, of course, Rey Vargas against Venado Lopez. Mexicans against Mexicans is always a great fight. So let's see what happens. 126, a lot of great champions. Oh, it's the dude, El Cubano.
Robesi.
Robesi. That's who Bob Arum and ESPN were throwing out there. That would be a hell of a fight.
I think that'll actually happen.
Yeah.
I think that
Lopez against Robesi.
Yeah.
The boxer versus the brawler again.
Yes.
So
I would love to see that fight, actually.
Then we had some unfortunate events in the co-main.
Oh, yes.
With Nick Ball versus the Lamati.
Lamati, yeah.
Made it till the 12th, but
Yeah, it got basically beat up real bad.
he got beat up for 12 rounds.
Yeah, and then the corner ended up throwing in the towel. And he walked back to his corner, but ended up collapsing.
Oh,
in
that's
the
right,
corner.
yeah.
And so he's been under sedation, supposedly.
Oh, no, I
Shite.
haven't read any updates.
Yeah, and then he's going to be...
Swelling of the brain then, or what
yeah,
do they say?
swelling the brain, but the update today is that he's getting better.
Good.
Yeah.
Man, and then that's always the tough one. That's when the corner has to make the assessment. And we'll touch on that actually in the card here in the U.S. as well on that same point because we were watching that one live. But no, yeah, it's tough, man. At some point, the corner has to recognize their man is taking too many shots. So that's tough, man.
Yeah, he could have been stopped probably in the 10th,
Yeah.
maybe 11th, but for sure 10th on, it should have been done.
Right. Yeah, it's a difficult sport, man. Difficult sport.
But Nick Ball is coming along.
Mhm.
What you even said, I just checked the text message. You said Ball versus Lopez.
Maybe that's what they're trying to set up. I don't know.
Okay.
But he's up there ranking wise.
Yeah.
He's probably
Well,
going to be
maybe there's a
mandatory
reason they put
somewhere.
him on the card. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Why not?
All right.
They're around the same height. They're both big men, like 5'4".
Mhm.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm telling my one. Big men. But anyway, okay, we'll jump to the States
Yep. With the
and we'll leave Okoli for the last one for a reason, and we'll touch on it
We
later.
don't need to touch.
We will because I want to freaking lay into him anyway.
we have
And this was here in the United States in Indio, California. Alexis Rocha against Anthony Young. How'd you see this one, Juanillo?
Ass whooping.
Yeah.
Expected though. I expected that. Well, they're trying to get Alexis Rocha to fight like the winner of Terrence Crawford and Spence. So
John's
I mean, he
throwing out
performed
the
well, but of course
entrance.
this
the
is
opponent
walkout.
is.
I'm sure that was part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the part of the walkout. What do you-
Yeah, she's.
No, she's a great singer. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And yes, but like Juanillo said, I mean, Anthony Young did what he could for as long as he could, but Rocha couldn't miss. He kept tagging him. And again, like we just touched on with Ball and Lamati, at some point I was starting to go, you know what? The corner's got to make a call. Young kept getting hit cleanly, not only to the body, but he couldn't get away from that left. No matter what he did, Rocha kept catching him. And I'm like, the corner's got to recognize their man is getting caught flush round after round.
Well, yeah, the corner, the referee took it out of the corner. And
Yeah.
He got finished in the 7th.
Which I felt could have been stopped sooner. Because even Anthony Young's body language, you could see the dude could tell he was just outclassed. Again, it's just a matter of like Catterall and Foley. There's levels. And Rocha, props to him. He did what he had to do against his opponent. And he said it clearly after the fight. I want the winner between Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. He minced no words, didn't call anyone else out. He said, that's who I want next.
I don't think he's going to get it.
No, because there's a rematch clause already in place for Crawford and
yeah.
Spence. But I love the fact that he didn't even hesitate. He said, that's who I want. I know Juanillo brought up, I think it was you that brought up Virgil. If I'm Oscar, I don't make that fight because Rocha still has a shine to him. So keep that up. Find a different opponent. I'm not sure who off the top of my head.
I thought you want the best fighting the best. So
I do, but that's not a belt. I'm
yes, it is.
That's
a belt.
an interim belt for everybody that's listening. That's not a belt.
Hey, they got to fight to who
Everybody
fights.
gets a damn belt now. It's like a kid. It's like the kids that get a trophy, even though they didn't win a title.
You got to fight to see.
Everybody gets a damn participation trophy. Everybody in boxing gets a participation belt. It's garbage.
Every kid does in
But anyway,
elementary also.
I digress. Alexis Rocha looked great. Let's see who they put him in with next. Virgil's going to be fighting Stanionis July 8th. I don't see Oscar putting him in there, but you never know.
Yeah.
And then,
I
didn't even look at Scrappy.
So we have
He doesn't matter.
Duarte versus Keys.
That's right.
And
another outclass.
Yes.
And freaking Duarte looked way bigger, dude.
Oh,
He's
I know.
Strong, dude.
He looked like he was lifting weights. Like his body just looked chiseled.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh
dude,
yeah,
this guy lifting?
Duarte's very good, man.
Yeah, very good. Looked really good. And then the doctor came out and stopped the fight.
That's right. That he came out to the corner and told Keys, because Keys was taking a lot of punishment too. But see, that's an instance where there was the proper people around the ring, and they said, "Look, you're taking a lot of shots. You're not avoiding them. It's done." That's where you got to take it out of the fighter's hands. I hope the UK does a better job next time around, because if the dude collapsed, that's very serious, and it's clear he shouldn't have been in there for that round.
Yeah, but curious to see where Duarte goes. I think
he's ranked high too. He should be a mandatory soon.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he is a mandatory.
At 135.
So he's big for 135.
Yeah, a lot of fights at 135, man.
But yeah, speaking of Scrappy Ramirez, won by split decision.
2 fights in a row, he disappoints, I think.
Yeah, homie Scrappy. He's a showman, but he ain't showing in the ring.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That's not that's hating. That's just us calling it what it is. Great entrance. I don't know who those rappers are. Dude's got cool shades on from what I could see, but
man.
It's
just not. All this package is not.
He's not there yet to be doing that, right?
Yeah.
You know, for the boxing itself.
I mean, he has to back it up if he's going to be
exactly.
Doing that. He did knock the guy out the ring, but that was the last thing of note. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No domination, no nothing, right?
Oh, man.
No, it was a pretty boring fight. I should have got more, but then we had the Oscar Calloso becoming the
the minimum weight?
Yeah,
or
minimum
what is
weight,
it called?
105.
Collazo, yeah, he beat Jerusalem.
Yeah,
Jerusalem quit on the stool.
Mm-hmm. He didn't want to come out,
Yeah, didn't come back out. But yeah, Collazo beat him up pretty good. Yeah.
And then to close it out, because I think it needs to be pointed out, Lawrence Okoli against Chris Billum-Smith. We're jumping back to the UK, and this was from Bournemouth, England. And I'm pointing this out more so because Okoli has disappointed, just in emphatic fashion.
2 fights in a row. Yeah.
Just disappointing. And I was like, when we were talking about this fight, I'm like, Chris Billum-Smith is one of those guys that's gonna come to fight. And Lawrence Okoli, for some damn reason, the last 2 fights, doesn't come to fight. Maybe the money got to him. Getting the contract from Sky Sports and Boxer affected him up here, and he hasn't shown anything in the ring. And clearly, look at him. He didn't.
Yeah, he had 1 knockdown, but had 2 points taken for consistent holding, which is interesting. So it was a bad fight. It was a bad fight.
Yeah, but again, it's like, if you're a boxer and Sky Sports and you invested in this guy, at some point you got to go up to go, hey, bro, what's going on? You got the money you wanted. Why aren't we getting what we paid for? You know what I mean? And that includes the fans.
They can't say anything.
Why the hell not? I'm paying them.
That's like when bosses. That's like when you're mad. Something happens, and your manager tries to put a blame on you when you have no control over it.
But he has control over it in the ring.
Yeah, it's his boxing. He's not that good.
Apparently,
they saw something.
Apparently, they gassed us up with Lawrence Okoli because he looked like he might be something. Even they were talking about going up to the heavyweight division. He was on that, and he was in that type of conversation. But it's clear that he's not as good as was billed.
Yeah, he was built up.
Props to Chris Billum-Smith for coming out and putting on a fight and knowing the title was on the line and fighting like the title was on the line. And now he's a champion, and rightfully so, because he's one of those workmen, those journeymen not journeymen, but a guy that just works hard. He doesn't have all the skills, but he's got the heart.
He's coming on up to it, and now he's got a belt. Should be some interesting. Cruiserweight been kind of quiet.
J.O. Pataya, let's do it.
Yeah, he's back. So
Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight him. Tyson Fury's trying to fight who the hell knows who.
Exactly.
The best fighters only, okay?
Yeah, sure. That That dude's.
He's
I don't know
calling
what's
everyone
going on with
out. No
Tyson
one
Fury.
wants to fight
He's
him.
calling everyone out. I'm
Everyone.
surprised he hasn't called Chris Arreola out.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah. And then this
To call out a
weekend,
Wallen out.
speaking of the greatest
Yeah,
ever,
ain't gonna happen.
we have Clarissa Shields versus Marissa
The
Cornell.
goat.
Yeah, and this is a fill-in because the other young lady tested positive for PEDs, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you see what the PEDs were?
No.
It was a cream that she was using for her dog's
Oh,
surgery.
that's right.
And the dog was recovering, and she was using the cream.
She had it on her hand, right?
Yeah, and it soaked through her hand, and she tested positive.
Whoops.
I mean, that's a new one.
Yeah,
She lost on a good payday.
Yeah,
She's
Yeah.
probably not gonna get it again.
yeah. It's gonna be a kind of a rough card, though. I was
Is
looking
this in
through it.
Detroit?
Yeah, at the Little Caesars Arena.
Oh, yeah. This is
A homecoming.
it is gonna be a homecoming because Conejo's not that good. So
Well, maybe the people show up to support her.
I hope so. Yeah, I got no hope.
And then
there.
the other, what did we tell you? The blah, blah,
That's
blah.
it.
They had the
Maxie
announcement.
Hughes and
George
George
Kambosos
Cambosa show some love to the UK.
gonna make his top-ranked debut.
In Oklahoma?
Nice.
Yeah, I
What
guess.
the hell?
Hey, it's
Shawnee.
neutral.
True. True.
Wow.
Aussie versus a Brit in Oklahoma, dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
you don't
that
hear
threw me
often.
off.
Yeah, and on the
What the heck?
co-main will be Keyshawn Davis versus Francisco Patera.
Okay.
Nice, keep busy fight for Mr. Keyshawn.
Yeah.
He should be top fighting for a belt soon, also.
Maybe we
Or is
should
he
go to
already? Yeah, I'm sure he
Oklahoma.
has a belt somewhere, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody gets participation belts. I'm pretty sure Keyshawn has one. Yeah,
so.
he's got one. Cabosa's got one. Maxie Hughes has got one. Everybody's got one, man.
Patera has one too.
Oh, yeah. That too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, slow week of boxing, but this week,
Yeah.
but next week we'll be busy.
Yes,
So
sir.
the 10th, we'll have some more fights lined up. Anything else?
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification button. Check out our other social media feeds. Thank you for all the comments on TikTok, and we'll keep posting videos here and there. And yeah, guys, John.
All right, just bleed.